Alright, just about to get started. Alright, how you guys doing? So, today's going to be a little bit different of a video. I think it may be actually the most important video I've ever made. You know, I don't want to shill this video too much, but this is the literally the most important thing I ever had to learn and to teach myself. This took years. And if you can start now, I believe, it can really turn you in from a good trader to a great trader. So, if you enjoyed today's content, please hit that like and subscribe. I'm really trying to get that subscriber number up. Once we hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to start doing live streams on YouTube. I'm practicing right now on Twitch. I usually give the warning before I go out on Twitch. So, just getting some practice in. But, back to the point. Today's video is, I don't really know if it's the keys to stay alive in crypto, crypto psychology, or money management. I think it's a little bit of both. So, alright, this is a little tough for me because I got a little frustrated yesterday when I was reading some of the comments, and I wanted to think about it last night before I made a video on it. So, the trader's psychology and money management. So yesterday, very, very early yesterday morning, you could almost say maybe Sunday, or I guess it would have been Saturday night, we were sitting at the price of roughly, 11,200, 11,000-ish. We had a morning dump to roughly 10,500 before we ended, 9,900. And Bybit did incur an issue that they have fully admitted. It was an error. They're going to work on it. But they're reimbursing everybody that fell victim to it. So, what precisely happened was Kraken went offline, which was one of the main crypto exchanges Bybit uses to get their prices from, their index price. And Kraken, when they went down, their servers were still sending information, even though the exchange was down, and it majorly screwed with Bybit servers. So to give you exactly what happened, we hit roughly about 9,950, and within about 15 seconds, 30 seconds, we hit 10,300. I looked at the order book. There wasn't too many orders. I was like, man, did someone fat finger the buy button? So I immediately went to the Telegram. And man, okay, so I understand that people lost money and they're being fully reimbursed right now. Bybit has the best support and management of any crypto exchange around. I'm sorry, they just do. So they're fixing the issue. But I found an underlying problem that I saw with the traders that were flopping and groping, that were complaining. And when I brought it to their attention, they failed to look into the mirror and realize what they did wrong. Okay? This is the wild, wild west. These are not fully regulated exchanges. There's no SEC going to save you. You have to look over your shoulder, look again, look left, look right, look behind you. You have to be looking in every direction. And that also counts for exchange errors, manipulation. So, back onto the air, a lot of people got liquidated that went short. And people were just butting on the Bybit Telegram. Very, very hardcore last night. And there was people that seriously, we were down 12%, at least over 20% for the entire week as a whole. And they were starting 50x short positions the moment we broke 10,000. 50x. 50. That's gambling. Okay? And they, of course, got liquidated on that candle, and they started massively complaining. And I told them that I am sorry what happened. That error wasn't normal. But I was talking about the psychology, the trade itself is the issue that I was trying to bring up to them. their excuse was, oh, well, it's been going down all week and I didn't want to miss out. That's FOMO. FOMO doesn't mean it's just one direction. Trading is 20% technical skill and 80% psychology. It's mental warfare out here, okay? This is why weak hands, they do not last in this market. And the fastest way to leave this market and leave broke is by overexposing yourself by high levels of leverage. And that's why this video is so important. So, like yesterday, we started tumbling. The impulse was already made past $10,000. Don't go chasing these impulses after you've missed them. If there's a major impulse to a certain direction, but you feel like the trend as a whole is going to remain, wait for some consolidation. Maybe go wait, if we break support, go wait for it to go up and test the new resistance that was support, and then evaluate the situation. But do not be shorting into these major impulses because you missed out, because you will get burned. All right? Don't over leverage yourself, and don't go all in. There was people doing 50x shorts with their entire account balance in one trade. So here's what I'm going to tell you. This isn't financial advice, but this could be the most important thing that you could learn yourself. It's dollar cost averaging into positions. And a lot of people, when they hear that, they're like, oh, that's only for longs. No, it's not. Okay? And I'm going to show you an example right here, okay? So let's say you have $1,000. $1,000. I'm not going to go into BTC amounts. So you have the capability so you have 1,000 contracts of your own money, $1,000 on Bybit, and I never give myself more than 10x leverage. I use 10x so I can average my account better if I'm wrong, and I'm about to get into that. So you're going to use 10x leverage with your $1,000. So to Bybit, you have the capability of adding $10,000 of liquidity to the exchange, okay? So generally, when I start positions, I use between 10 and 20% of my bankroll. I'm a day trader, so this isn't like holding for long periods of time. So you have your $1,000 with your 10x leverage. You have the capability of having $10,000 on that exchange. Let's say the price is $10,600 and you want to open a short. What I would do is I would take $100 of my $1,000, okay? You use your 10x leverage and you leverage $1,000 of your $10,000 bankroll that Bybit gives you with your 10x leverage. And let's say you start that at $10,600. You're wrong, but the trend as a whole is still remaining intact. We shoot up to $10,800, next resistance level. If you went all in with your account balance at $10,600, or honestly even more than 50%, you could be majorly in trouble, depending on how much money you have. So what I do, on that initial trade, I only use 10% of my, of my bankroll on that initial trade at $10,600. It's at $10,008, but as a whole, I believe the trend is going to stay intact. I would take another $100. So that would leave me with $800 of my own dollars left, right? I would 10x leverage that, and boom, guess what? I would take and I would add another $1,000 short position to my liquidity, or to my overall position. So now you take your $10,006 and your $10,008. Guess what? Your average is now $10,700, and you went from having $1,000 in a position to $2,000. And so for $1 is one contract. It will always be like that. It will never change. So just think of contracts as dollars. If I say I have 1,000 contracts, I'm shorting, I'm longing, just think of it as dollars, okay? So now you have $2,000 with your $10,006 and your $10,008. With those two positions, you've used now $2,000 of your $10,000 liquidity that with your levers that Bybit gives you, and you've used based on your actual account value, you had $1,000. Remember, to start out, you've only leveraged $200 of it. Okay, so now you're left with $800 left, and you can rinse and repeat this cycle. Okay, so let's say the trade goes south, boom, 11,500, you get liquidated. Guess what? You only lost those trades. Okay, you're not out your entire account balance. But let's say you're right. Okay, and we go back to 10,200. You have your positions at 10,006, 10,008. You were initially wrong on your first trade, but guess what? You're in the money now because you averaged up. You lowered your average, or I guess if you're shorting, you made your average higher, which would be better. And you can do this on long and short positions. Let's say you bought long at 10,006 with the same trade setup, and we go to 11,002. You want more exposure to gain these gains, so you buy more at 10,008. We're now at 11,200 now. Guess what? You know what I mean? It's universal how this strategy works. Use 5 to 20% of your bankroll at 10x leverage, just as an example, because this is what I do. And the same thing could be with 5x leverage. You know what I mean? So this is the strategy that I use to dollar cost average into positions. It limits my risk, and it's safer. You're not gambling as much. You're coming at it with a smarter way of thinking. You're being responsible, and this is very, very important. Dollar cost averaging into your positions. It really, really is. And here's the thing. Let's say you're really wrong, okay? You're very wrong, and you lose. You get liquidated. You're feeling bad about yourself. You have to learn to take accountability for your trades. When you mess up, rather than flopping and groping, complaining and crying and pointing the finger at everybody else, go back to your trade, okay? And find out what you did specifically wrong in that situation. And plan. Look at the charts. Think about how your brain was thinking in the moment. It's very much, psychological. How were you thinking in the moment? Did you FOMO into those positions? Were you over aggressive? Did your trade work out perfect, but you didn't go aggressive enough? Look at the market conditions, how your brain is processing, when these things are happening. Go back to your losing trades and find where you did wrong. And instead of quitting, blaming other people, it's like going to the blackjack table. You sat there all night, watched people make money. You immediately go all in, lose everything. And then you point and you yell at the dealer, well, why'd you let me lose all my money? You got to be responsible in this market, I love these exchanges, but I don't agree that they allow you to have any more than maybe 10 to 20% your money, because gambling is a disease. It can make you, but honestly, I think there is more sad and depressing, life-altering, negative moves that gambling does to people's lives. It is a sickness, okay? So please do not become a degenerate gambler. This market is already a wild, wild west. It's a little bit of a gamble of its own. But minimize your risk. Go at these trades smarter. And when you mess up, find out what you did wrong. So when this happens next time, you know what to do better. And then on the other end, when you do mess up, dust yourself off. Get out of that negative funk. Get out of it. And come at that next trade with a head full of steam. And do not over leverage your next position to make up for the losses from your first one, because you're going to dig yourself another hole. Okay? These are very, very important. So the things that I want to sum up this stream, or this static video, is dollar cost averaging into positions. Okay? Do not long or short after major impulses. That move's already made. Wait for the next move to come. Look at the market conditions and prepare for the next move. Don't FOMO into positions just because you see the price going majorly up, majorly down, and you feel like you're missing out. That is called FOMO, and that is the reason there are so many people that were bandwagon crypto fans, traders, whatever you want to call them. And guess what? They're no longer here anymore. They're gone. Do not over leverage yourself. Minimize your risk. and trade this market responsibly. And finally, when you do mess up, take accountability for your screw up. Think about where you went wrong and what you did, okay? And prepare for the next move, and then look at the past, at the prior move that you did that you screwed up, and you know what I mean? You know, always try to this whole channel is about self-improvement. And here's the good thing about it. When you do a great trade, pat yourself on the back. You did a great job. I'm not saying pop bottles and you know, be stupid every time you have a great trade and party like it's Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, you know what I mean? But reward yourself when you do good trades. Go back, remember how the market was looking, how your brain was thinking, how you reacted to the certain market conditions, you know? And the big thing else, another thing I want to say finally is, when you put the time into self-improvement, learning technical analysis, you gotta be able to trust yourself. I still struggle with this issue a lot, and because I would rather play the trend like it's going, like how I believe it's going to happen, and I did everything right, and for some reason something out of my reach made me wrong. But at least I believed in myself. But there is nothing worse than having these plot points pointed out. You put all that time into effort to all those charts. You see it impulse up, and you have your support line. You're like, all right, I need to long here. In your head, before that happens, you're like, okay, I need to long at this support. It hits your support. Well, you know, it could go back down. We just impulse down, and then it bounces right off your support in moons. You missed out on that trade because you did not believe in yourself. Put time in investing in yourself. Learn technical analysis and believe in yourself. It's better to believe in yourself and be wrong than to self-doubt yourself and miss out on everything. That is so, so important. So guys, if you enjoyed today's content, you know, this is very close to me because, you know, this is, it's the thing I struggled with the longest time. Please hit that like and subscribe. You know, we're going to start doing live streams soon, and I'm very, very excited for that. So, you know, please hit that like and subscribe, and I will give the warning out because I'm doing practice runs on what is it, Twitch now. So, you know, if you want a sneak peek on, you know, what's to come, I'm always working to improve this stream, whether it's education, you know, I've upgraded my computer, all the sound audio. You know, I'm trying to work on the volume level because I bought a $200 mic setup, and I keep having people telling me that they can barely hear me. So, let me know in the comments section if there's anything I can improve on, because, you know, I do this because I love it. It gives me, you know, some motivation because I want to help people. But I really do this for you guys, and I really hope you enjoy this content. So, but I think that pretty much sums up today. I will do another static video tonight, and I will, like I said, I'm going to give the warning, but I think I'm going to do a Twitch live stream tonight. So be safe out there, guys, and I will see you later tonight. Thank you.